Is cannabis packaging all smoke and mirrors? So today on Unpacked, we're going to talk about cannabis packaging. And while it's not my scene, we have had the fortune, and in some cases misfortune, of working with some different cannabis brands over the years. And it's just, as somebody in packaging, it's just an industry that you can't ignore. There's some cool innovation happening, and there's a number of really challenging aspects of cannabis packaging. And so we're just going to take a quick look at a few examples of some cannabis packaging we've kind of collected over the years here. Cannabis packaging really has to have a lot of elements. There's regulatory components, as well as things like from a graphics and labeling standpoint, as well as structural components, things like child resistance, tamper evidence, resealability, moisture, odor blocking, even opacity requirements in some cases. And the way that different brands go about doing that, it can be pretty innovative. Sometimes some of these packages are a little frustrating at times, but this here is a sleeve of rolls and pre-rolls, whatever that means. But you push the buttons in on the side of the pack, and they allow this top sleeve to slide off, where you've got, by the way, most of this is not exactly sustainable. Like, there's a lot of packaging in some of this, and not very recyclable in some cases. But a little tin inside of a tray. That tray is largely like rigid plastic, but it's paper bonded to plastic components. It's got to have this little springability in it. Cool the way they did that child resistance. Another example here is this little tube that squeeze below cap and tear. But some interesting child resistance. Now, some of these things don't have after resealability. I have not looked at those regulations and stuff in a while. This is similar to a lot of medicine bottles. It just spins until you push down and turn, and then there's a secondary component inside of the lid that engages and allows it to open. These are both the same, but just in a different, I believe, in different formats. A vertical tube, a couple vertical tubes. This one's actually a glass. It's a painted glass. Wasn't expecting that. But again, for all of that, moisture and oxygen and odor barrier and stuff, the barrier requirements are pretty extreme on some of these things. Then this is this is an interesting pouch. If you just try and open it, it doesn't open. You really got to dig your nail in to the other side in order to tear that open. So it's kind of a child-resistant pouch format that I've not seen before. So if you've seen anything cool in this space or another one, let us know in the comments below, especially in like the child resistance. It's a very challenging space to design into, but if you've seen something cool in child resistance, let us know in the comments below, and maybe we'll take a look at it on a future video of Unpacked. I don't know. That was a little too...